I'll be showing you all the paid Power Core locations in Invasion 2 event. Let's get started with the Science Club locations. Let's get started with Jumbotron's tail. You'll just have to wait until this little introduction finishes and you'll end up getting teleported to the first level. So once you make it to the first level, just go up to this camera and grab it. Turn around and just stand on this little indicator and snap your camera. Once you move away, a clone should appear and you can then move on to the next level. Once you're in the next level, just go straight forward, take a left, and the power code will be right on top of this event. Collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Virtual Insanity PvP. You're going to want to press the start button. You'll be teleported to this room. You'll have to get a friend in here to start the game or just join a public match. Now, it doesn't matter which team you're in. You will be looking for a purple door around the map. Now, I will be showing you how to get to that purple door from the blue team spawn. So if you want to go to blue team, then go ahead. So as soon as you spawn in, you just want to go straight forward. Take a left, take a right, take a left, take another left, and the purple door will be right there. Just go through it, and the power code will be right there in the middle of the room. Collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Artist Lane. So just go straight forward. And to the left here will be the power core. Collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Alien Isolation. So just go straight forward, take a right, and on the right corner of the room will be the power core. Collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Core Quest. Now for Core Quest, I would recommend you join a public game or get a friend to help you out with this because it does get a bit difficult. You'll be fighting against a bunch of Jumbotron robots and there will be a boss fight at the very end. So just start the game whenever you're ready and I'll just skip to the part where I get to the boss fight. There we go. Once it says our heroes are victorious and you defeated Jumbotron, the core will be right here, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to the Wind Rises. So here there will be 3 Jumbotron plushies you have to find and collect. The first one is right here next to this tree. Next one is underneath these hay bales. And the last one is right next to the house. You can see it from here. Once you collect the last one, the power core will now be able to be obtained for 70 XP. Let's move on to the Science Hat locations. So let's get started with Jumbo Trophy. So for Jumbo Trophy, the power core will be in the 3rd level, which is a Jumbotron level. So I'll just skip towards the Jumbotron level. So as soon as you make it to the Jumbotron level and you clear out the enemies, there will be 3 parts you have to collect. 2 parts in the left side of the room and 1 part on the right side. I'll show you the 3 parts right now. So here's the first part right here. Next part is right here. The last part is right over there. You'll come back for it in just a second. So just bring both of these parts in this room. Place the blaster right here. The glass right here. Go back for the wire, and as soon as you place the wire, an animation would play and this would get destroyed. Push back and you can collect the core for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Explosive Sumo. So just go straight forward and go through the invasion detected room. So just go straight through and you'll get teleported to the room. Now you're just going to want to play a quick match of Explosive Sumo. You will need 1 other player to start the game. So as soon as you're done with the match, doesn't matter who wins or loses, the power code will then spawn right here, collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to the Rise of the Jumbo Trophy. Now for this room, I would recommend you join a public instance or get a friend to help you out because the boss fight is a little bit tricky. So as soon as you join, just press start and just sit through the animation. I'll be skipping towards the part where I defeat the boss fight. So as soon as you defeat the boss, just jump through these little obstacles and go through that portal right there. You will then be teleported to the credits room and the core will be right in front of you, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Austs Garage. There will be 3 different parts you have to collect and bring to this table. The first part is right over here, the ram stick. Next part is right here, the wrench. So just bring these 2 to the table. The last part is a screwdriver right there. Bring the last part to the table. The core should appear. Just collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Bzaars home. So as soon as the mousebot is done talking, you'll then just want to talk to the mousebot again. Once the mousebot is done talking again, there'll be 7 presents to collect. There will be 2 inside of the house and 5 outside of the house. So let me just show you all the locations. Here's the first one, right next to this plant. Next one is in the closet in the room. So now we can go outside the house. Next one is right here, sitting on the couch. Next up is right behind the grill. The next one is inside of the shed. Next one is in the tree. And the last one is on the roof. Right next to the benches. Collect the last one and you'll be teleported to this room. The power core will be right in front of you, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to floor 8. Click the go inside button, and once you're inside, look to your right, head towards the bar. And on the very left side of the bar in this corner, the power core will be right there, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Optical Illusions Gallery. There will be 5 different mousebot parts to collect in this gallery, so just go around and collect the parts. The first one's right here, next to this little logo. Next part is right here. Next one, as soon as you enter the room, look to your right and it'll be in this corner. Next one is right here. And the last part is right there. So we're gonna go back to the little gate we just seen and input all the parts in this little control panel. The mice spot should explode and the gate should disappear. You can then collect the core for your 70 XP. Let's move on to the defeat Autobots. You're going to want to enter into the credits door. Once you're in the credits room, look to your right and go up these 2 flight of stairs. And at the very top, the power core should be at the top of this crate. Collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to the science helmet locations. First up is the Jumbo Attack. The power core will be at the very end of the quest. You'll basically just want to beat it and it'll be in the credits room. I'll be showing you how to deal with the boss. As soon as you defeat the 3 elite robots in here, you'll want to go right around the boss and collect this dynamite. You'll then want to throw it at the boss and do that 2 more times until it's fully dead. Once you do it for the 3rd time, you'll be able to use the credits door and get towards the credits room. The core will be right in front of you. Collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to 40 feet under. So you'll be looking for 3 symbols around the map and putting the numbers that correspond to the symbols in specific order. So you'll be putting them in star, token, forbidden one, and Jumbotron. The first one is right below the symbols, which is 6. Like behind you and on this counter is the next digit, which is 8. Next one is in this corner of the room, which is 4. And the last one is right beside the bookshelf, which is 3. You want to put 6843 in the number pad and you'll be teleported up here. The core will be right here, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Sci-Fi Shooter Sim. As soon as the game starts, you'll want to press the attack AI button and you'll want to go towards that area right there. The core will be right there, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to my friend Chip. So just walk straight forward towards that machine over there, grab the trip mine and throw it in this pad and just wait for Chip to be done talking. Once Chip is done talking, grab this trip mine right here and bring it to the red utility pad and just throw it on it. So once Chip is done talking again, he'll spawn in this beam. Just go on the beam and you'll be going to the other side of this room. Once you're here, just keep walking straight forward. And right next to the sheep should be the power core. Collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Spaced Out. So there will be 3 different Jumbotron robots you'll have to collect. You can collect them in any order, but the first one, just look behind you and go into the VIP room. Go up these stairs. And the robot should be orbiting around. Just collect it. We'll be going back down the stairs. Take the right side of the stairs. And just go back. We'll be making our way towards the left side of this area. Go into the space station. Go down these flight of stairs. And behind this table should be another Jumbotron robot. Just collect it. We'll then be going back. And the last Jumbotron robot should be just floating around the entire area right here. but for me, he's right over here. So I'll just go collect him real quick. Once you collected the last Jumbotron robot, you can then go off and collect your power core. The hitbox is a little bit finicky, so you have to get up close and personal to collect it, but just collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to the ride of Jumbotron. Now for this, I would recommend you try to get a friend to do this with you, or just join a public lobby and do it with randoms. You will have to defeat the Jumbotron boss. You don't have any health, so you can't take any damage, but you'll have to make sure to defeat the boss or else you won't get the core to spawn for you. So just keep walking forward, and as soon as you get into the ship, the ride should start. Just grab a gun, enjoy the ride, and defeat the Jumbotron boss. So as soon as you defeat the Jumbotron boss fight, the core should appear right over there. You'll then be teleported back at spawn, and the core should be ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to escaping Jumbotron. Now for this game, the core will be in the armory level, which is the second level, so I'll be skipping towards that. But first, you just want to walk straight forward at the very end of this hallway and press on begin your escape. Make sure you're partying up with your people you're playing with. So as soon as you make it to the armory, just go into the elevator and you want to press the up button. As soon as you go all the way up from the elevator, you want to go inside of the armory, take a left, and the core should be right on top of this crate. Collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Jumbotron Arena. If you're going in the private, just choose the first subroom, Jumbotron Arena. You'll want to press the purple button. Once we go in there, we'll be making our way towards the red pipe right there and collecting the core. You can probably see it from here. So as soon as you spawn in, look to your right, climb on top of this, go straight forward, and collect the core for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Neighborhood Defenders. Now, I would recommend you join a public game or play this with a friend because it is a little bit difficult. You'll be going through 5 waves of robots, but let's get started. You just want to cross the game start line and the game should start in 5 seconds. Now, I would recommend you stick with your sword and a shotgun. It is the perfect combo. The shotgun is OP and the sword can stun the purple elite enemies. So I'll just skip to the end where I defeated all the waves. So as soon as you're done with the final wave, you just want to go through the power core door. It'll teleport you to the room that has the power core in. Here it is. The power core will be in the middle right there. Just walk up to it and collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to the science floaty locations. First up is Jumbotron Paradox. The power core will be in the 3rd level of the quest. It is in the elevator ride. So I'll just skip to that right now. Alright, so as soon as you clear out all the enemies, you're gonna want to go into the elevator and press this button right here and just wait for the elevator ride. So as soon as you get at the top of the elevator ride, the core will be right in front of you. Collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Orbital 1. So as soon as you spawn in, look straight behind you and go into the credits/ship interior. So once you're in here, just walk straight forward and you're gonna have to clear out a wave of elite robots. So as soon as you clear them out, the core should spawn right here. Collect it for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Cyberhook. So you're gonna have to grab whichever hook, doesn't matter, and head towards that yellow platform over there with the red Jumbotron robots on top of it. So just swing over here, swing over here, swing right there, and swing right here. And hopefully you land it. So as soon as you land on the platform, just collect your core for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Eclipse Edge. There will be 9 Jumbotron plushies around the map that you would need to find. There are 5 in this general area and then there's 4 inside the cabin. First one is right here on top of the signpost. We're going to be heading this way over there. Next up is right here, right next to this post. Now let's head into that cave right there. Next one is right here next to the banana plushie. Now let's turn around, head this way, go up towards the cabin. Next one is right here sitting on top of these railings. Now let's go down and towards the side of the cabin. It's going to be the 5th and final one in this area. So now let's just go back inside of the cabin. So go to cabin. First one to your left is right here on top of this shelf. The next one is on the roof. Right here in the attic. Drop down. Next up is right here in this room at the very corner in the bookshelf. The last one is downstairs in the kitchen area. there you go. 9 out of 9 found. So just go back to the main area. Now that we're back here in Eclipse Edge, we're going to be heading towards that cliff top over there, that opening right there with the blue glow right below it. You'll automatically be teleported to the credits once you enter the blue glow. Once you're in the credits room, the power core will be right in front of you, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Glitch Gunner. Just go forward and interact with the purple door. Just go through it. You're going to want to do this parkour. It is going to be at the very end of the parkour. So here we go. At the very end, it'll be floating right here, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Cosmic Future. There will be 5 different plushies around the map that you'll have to collect to form a bridge. The first one is right here. Next one is on top of this roof, right below the sign. Next 3 are indoors, right down here in this box. Next one is on this box, right next to the couch. Last one is sitting on this chair. So once you collect all 5 plushes, you'll want to go back up and just cross the bridge and collect the core for your 70 XP. Let's move on to the bar of Jumbotron. So the core will be in this alleyway, but in order to access the core, you'll need to go inside the bar and do some work. So just talk to Carl and let him introduce himself. Once Carl is done talking, you'll just want to ring the bell to start serving drinks. So just start making drinks. You'll need to make at least 1 drink in under 4 minutes, or else you won't be able to unlock the core. If you forget the ingredients for the drink, you can look right here on this screen. The ingredients will be in the brackets and all the ingredients will be right here on the shelf. So once the 4 minutes are up, you'll just want to go back to the alleyway and you should be able to collect the core for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Gravity Pulse Fork. So just walk straight forward and interact with the invasion door. You'll be sent to the next room. So for this, you'll basically just want to make it to the end of this level. I'll show you where to go from there. So once you make it here to the end of the level, you want to go straight forward and to the left in this room. The park will be right there, ready to be collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Karina Bird Shirts. So just walk into the shirt shop. The core will be in the safe. There will be 3 different digits you'll have to collect. There's a blue digit, 2 pink digits, and then 1 green digit. I'll be showing you the locations right now. To your right is the first one, which is blue 1. In this room is the second and third one, which is pink 3. Right behind you on this window is the last one, which is green 7. So just input 1337 and the safe should unlock and you should collect the core quickly before it closes again for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Jumbotron Runners. So the core will be right here after you complete a game. So just play a game real quick with your friends or in a public session. Once the game's done, you'll be respawned right here. And the core should appear right on top of this bin. Collected for your 70 XP. Let's move on to Vetus Amissa. So as soon as you spawn in, you'll be looking for 3 parts to collect. Look behind you, and the part should be right here. Next part should be right ahead, right here, collect it. And the last part is right next to the building right there. You can see it glowing. Collect it and take it back to the Jumbotron robot in the spawn. So interact with the robot, and once you interact with him, he should now be able to follow you. So just head towards the building. Once the robot is here with you in front of the building, he should just unlock the door and you just want to go through it and get teleported to the next room. So once you're here, you'll basically just want to do this little maze, get the white ball to touch the yellow ball. There we go. Once the white ball touches the yellow ball, the door should now be unlocked. So just head back here and walk through this door and walk to the very end of the hallway. So just wait until the door unlocks and just walk through to go to the next room. Once you're here, just go straight forward and keep going straight forward. Keep going straight forward and just touch the door and you'll be teleported to the next room. Once you're here, just look to your right and just walk straight forward. Keep walking forward. Reach the ladders and just climb up the ladders. Once at the very top, just keep walking forward and then take a sharp left. And in this room here, you can see the power core already just collected for your 70 XP. Those were all the paid power cores in Invasion 2 event. I'll be doing the free power core locations soon. I'll see y'all later.